It seems that no matter how many times you tell normies to looksmax, they seem to take it as a suggestion rather than an absolute necessity. This is because they do not understand just how much of your life is influenced by your looks, and therefore do not have the urgency. This is generally due to the fact that normies are the least affected by lookism. Sub-5s and chads are much more aware of it due to how it impacts their lives. So in this video, we are going to look at the lives of a sub-5 and a chad side by side, and you can see just why looksmaxing is the most important thing you can be doing. The sound of crying. The doctor takes the newborn and congratulates the mother. She looks at her baby, and it is the happiest moment of her life. It's a beautiful baby. The nurses gossip about how cute the baby is. The father is proud. Chad is born. Elsewhere in another hospital room, the doctors murmur with concern. The mother is given her baby. Her maternal instincts still strong, but the nurses gossip words like weird, strange, and wrong occasionally slip out. The father with a slight disappointed look stands in the corner of the room. Sub-5 is born. A few years later, Chad is now a kid. His parents are so happy and always tell him how great he is, and positively reinforce him, and provide him with all the best nutrition and love he could need. He already has drawn the attention of companies to be a child model. Sub-5, on the other hand, is alone. His mother was always too tired to breastfeed him ever since his dad left them. He grew up on formula milk and vegetable pastes. His family rarely shows him affection, and he is always being told off for simply being a kid. A few years later, Chad and Sub-5 are in the same school. Chad has so many friends and is really popular. All the girls have crushes on him and all the guys admire him. Sub-5, however, is a strange kid. The other kids think he is creepy and he sits alone. He likes anime and video games since he spends a lot of time alone. He does great in school, but no one cares. His parents are never proud of him, but Chad fails most classes but still receives plenty of affection. Years later, they have finished school and go to the same college. Chad is known all around the campus. He is friends with all the athletes and slays all the girls. Sub-5 is on the same campus. He has a crush on this one girl, but she can get over her one-night stand with Chad and spends all her time complaining to Sub-5 about how much of a player Chad is. Sub-5 doesn't care. Though he thinks if he just sticks around, eventually she will notice him. Chad doesn't even remember her name, but everyone remembers him. Chad had a great time in college. For Sub-5, college was terrible. A few more years go by. Sub-5 and Chad work in the same office. They have been there the same amount time. Yet Chad is the boss of his boss. He got multiple promotions. Even though Sub-5 was far more competent at his job, Chad earns in the top 1%, whilst Sub-5 struggles to make a living. Sub-5 still hasn't had a relationship, and he is pushing 30. He likes one girl in his office, but he has seen her go into the janitor's closet with Chad more than once. Eventually, the office undergoes some financial cuts. Apparently, the economy is down or something. Sub-5 is the first one cut. Chad somehow got a pay rise during this time. A few more years go by. Chad has a large family with some gigastacy actress. Sub-5 has tried beta buxing, but ended up just raising someone else's kids. Eventually, he lost everything in the divorce. He is on the streets now. His parents haven't spoke to him in years. He gets hooked on a drug. It's the only time he feels anything. Chad sometimes gives him a few bucks if he walks by him on the street. Not that Chad recognizes him. Sub-5 homeless, overdoses one day. No one came looking. Chad passed well into his old age, peacefully with a large family who mourned him and continue on his bloodline. He was born surrounded by love, and died surrounded by love. Now this is an exaggerated satirical story, but the reality is, this really is the difference looks can have on your life. This is why looksmaxing isn't a suggestion, it's an absolute necessity, especially if you are unfortunate enough to be a Sub-5. Yes, you may never be a Chad, but it doesn't mean you should accept your fate. Looksmax. As far as you can. It will literally impact your entire life, and you deserve the best life possible. Don't give up. Keep improving.